Hey, I'm Bradley Williams. You guys may have heard about casting in our recent series, Finding the Fairway, and I'm here to talk about what that is and how you can practice casting yourself. So everyone's got a different method of reaching back, entering a power pocket, and exiting. This casting that I'm calling it is like an add-on to your throw. It's something that anyone can rehearse and work on to improve their throw they've already been practicing on and get that little extra spin at the end. So kind of how I got down this track myself is I was watching other people's throws. I was watching Anthony Brella in particular at a distance competition. I was trying to figure out how he finished so aggressively. And I noticed that he had the disc still attached to his fingertips when he got all the way to the full extension. And then I went back and watched my most recent throws where I was throwing pretty far. And I noticed like just a couple frames before the end, I had already lost grip on the rim. So I was like, well, how is he getting much further with the fingertips still on it? So I came up with this drill to help myself. I was like, well, I need to rehearse getting that arm comfortable, fully extending quickly while I still have my fingers on the rim. So I developed this drill for myself to get that. And since I've been focusing on this casting drill, the finish of my shots is way crispier and I'm throwing further than I've ever thrown before. Last year around this time, we're at Las Vegas. Calvin's working on some up shots. And he asked me, hey, how do you throw that line? And I said, hey, it's kind of like casting. It's kind of like a fishing move. It's how you throw your arm. It's how you throw the disc. And we worked on it. And I'm going to show you guys a little way to practice it now. This is what you want to do to practice casting. You want to lift your elbow up to about this degree here. And then you want to focus. You can start off without a disc if it helps. You want to focus on having your scapula protracted. So you have your scapula pushed out. So you're already kind of stretched out as far as you can reach. And you fold your arm in, you'll lift the elbow up a few degrees, and then you're gonna work on fully extending this motion outward, and you'll feel kind of like a little pop and buckle right here. And then once you have a disc, you can practice it like this. And you wanna feel like a little bit of a pop towards your wrist and on the fingertips on the rim, because you're going away from your body like this. And then once you kind of have a good feel for this motion, you're just gonna go back to a reach back. You're gonna come into the power pocket, and then you're gonna extend. And you want to like overlap this, kind of like a Venn diagram, where you get a little bit of both, but it overlaps. And then you'll kind of get a reach back, a power pocket, and then the cast. And you just wanna make sure that this elbow doesn't roll down like this, because that's what will happen a lot of times, is it won't hold right here, and then you go out. So you need to be able to make sure you hold this position and then cast just like this, with just this part of your arm where the bicep is staying exactly where it is. And then you just put the disc in, come through, and rip out. So one of the reasons why casting would be beneficial for you to try is it helps you drive the disc a little bit more nose down, and it helps you get the disc on a very tight line, so closer to noon, like 11:50, 11:45 noon as your release point, and your disc will be a lot more nose down. A lot of people work on the power pocket and the reach back, but they don't work on the exact finish, and they have a lot more nose up on their shots. Keeping your fingers on the rim as long as you can gives you more spin and more power, because the fastest part of anybody's throw is the very end of it. Like all this part is relatively slow compared to what happens in the camera, like right here. Like if you're ever filming yourself at 60 FPS and you try to watch the end of your throw, you start missing frames because your throw finally got really fast. So like this is the part that matters the most. It's like how well do you go through this part is how you're gonna throw the best shots you can ever throw. If you work on just this casting drill alone, it's gonna improve any of your throws.